We had Super Quantals, Fish, Zefra, oh my god, there's just so much awesome stuff. Let's go take a look at these decks, shall we? Make sure you guys smash the crib button, subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. The first list we have for this video for you guys is actually Super Quantals. Go Mega Ranger, Power Rangers, man, Mega Rangers. Whew. So this was from Floating Mana. They went 5-0 at their tournament, actually taking down a locals. And I'm actually, I'm not gonna lie, I love seeing this deck function. Every time we can see like cool ideas, do things here, it's kind of interesting. We're also taking advantage of Exceed import here. So target Exceed monster control and one monster opponent controls with attack less than or equal to that monster. Attach the opponent's monster to your monster as Exceed material. Free real estate actually for this. Actually kind of interesting. So we have 2 copies of Arch Nemesis Protoss, 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 1 copy of the Perform Mage Damage Juggler. Then we have the 1 Trick Clown and the 1 Hat Tricker here. Nice sub-engine. We have triple copies of Fairy Alphen, triple copies of Blue Layer, triple copies of Green Layer, triple copies of Red Layer, and of course triple copies of the White Layer. In spells here we have 2 copies of Vitelli, 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 for 1, 2 Desires, 1 Reasoning, 2 Rebel copies of Field Spell, 1 Terraforming, 2 Talents, 2 Exceed Import, and 2 copies of Vision Permanence. Down here in the extract we have the 1 copy of the Magna Link Monster, 1 Phoenix, 1 copy of the Great Magnus, 2 copies of Red, 2 copies of White, 1 Blue, 2 Green with 1 Dugaris, the 1 Dreadnought, 1 copy of the Downer Magician, and then 2 Zeus. Side deck here we have triple Gamma Seal, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Mystic Mine, 1 Raigeki, triple evenly matched, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment here, wrapping up Super Quantals. I mean, hey man, if all else fails, you just abandon your game plan of making the big Megazord here and convert it into, you know, humanity's literal last weapon of destruction to just kind of laugh at your opponent and go, no fun for you. So I'm very happy to see that this deck is still functioning and doing well in the modern format. Next up here is Fish. This was from Francisco Babila out of Chile. They said, hey, I went 5-0 at my locals. This deck is a lot of fun. Please, take a look at this. This is without Brothers of Legend support, ladies and gentlemen. This deck is still functioning relatively well. And, when you have access to Ready Fusion here, just to, put water monsters on the field, or fish monsters, so you can do what you want to do in terms of link climbing and building those boards, it's literally free real estate here. So we have 1 Synthana. Hey, it's an extender, effectively. We have triple copies of Lantern Shark, triple copies of Buzzsaw Shark, triple copies of the Exceed Remora. We have 3 Synthana. We have triple copies of Bountiful Princess, triple copies of Silent Angler, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, with 2 Ghost Bell, 1 copy of Effect Veiler, 2 Cross-Out Designator, 1 Talents, 2 Desires, 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Instant Fusion, triple copies of Ready Fusion, 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, and 1 copy of Imperial Order. Down here in the next deck, we have 1 Zeus, 1 copy of Boguski, 1 copy of Exciton Knight, 1 F-Zero, and 1 copy of Utopic Future. And then we have 1 Vespinato, 1 of Best Dweller, triple copies of Totally Awesome, triple copies of Bahamut Shark, with 2 Rare Fish. Down here in the side deck, we have 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Cross-Out Designator, 2 copies of Mystic Mine, triple copies of Dark Ruler No More, triple copies of Evenly Matched, 2 copies of Solemn Strike, and 2 Rebel copies of Droll and Lockbird. Wrapping up Fish. Here's the cool thing about this. Depending on how you open up this card, you can make 2 of these. You get double Toad plus F-Zero. And the fact that you're able to actually produce, 3 negates is the perfect board for this. We're still missing some very good power cards for this deck in the near future, especially the White Bull that gives you the ability to add 1 back and search. That would be great, but until we actually get to that stage of getting that level of support, this is what we'll have to make do with for now. Next up here, we have Marincess. Now, this was Jungle Zone's first place list. They sent me this on Discord, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. The fact that you can still make a big towers-like monster here, Kaiju's took a little bit of a back seat right now. It's kind of would explain why this deck gets a chance to kind of crawl back out of the woodwork here and catch some people off guard. So we have triple copies of the Blue Tang, triple copies of Marincess Seahorse, triple copies of Pascalis, triple copies of Swap Frog, triple copies of Effect Veiler, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of Phantasme, 2 copies of Ghost Bell, 2 Mandarin, and 1 copy of Ronin Totem. So Spells here, we have triple Silent Mining, triple copies of Pot of Desires, triple copies of Ready Fusion, one copy of Battle Ocean. Hey man, if your Battle Ocean gets Cosmic Cyclone, I hate to tell you this, but I think you're destined to just kind of lose at that point. So that's your high risk, high reward with this. Yeah, you can make this super big, fat boss monster that your opponent can't do anything with, but if anything happens to this card, pop goes the weasel. We have one Call by the Grim, one Monster Reborn, and triple copies of Marin's Wave. Then in the extra deck, we have one Access Code, one copy of the Transco Talker, one Splash Mage, the one Bubble Reef, the one copy of Marbled Rock, one Crystal Heart, two copies of Coral Anemone, one Sea Angel, two copies of Blue Slug. Then we have one Bahamut Shark, one Abyss Dweller, one Totally Awesome, and the one Rare Fish. Side deck here, we have triple copies of Droll and Knockbird, triple copies of Gamma Seal, one Dino Rust Panker Traps, triple Twin Twisters, two copies of Cosmic Cyclone, and triple copies of the Solemn Judgment here. Wrapping up, yes, Marincess, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, like I said, big Towers boss monster that gets bigger and laughs at opponent. Gets draw power here. Shouldn't surprise anybody why a deck like this gets the chance to do so well in the modern era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Next up here is Zefra. This was Pavi Kukik's top 4 list out of 25 to 30 man locals over the past few weeks, actually. And I found this actually kind of cool because Zefra, why this deck actually kind of took a backseat. Well, it was a pretty heavy contender. Thank you, OCG, for, having all the good stuff in the extra deck to, make these bigger boards and basically devastate the opponents. We don't really have that right now. So we have triple copies of Dimension Shifter, triple copies of Gamma, triple copies of Deneb. On summon, add a Teller Knight card from your deck to your hand. Guess who's a Teller Knight? Yes, you can search for frickin' Zefra Thuban with this. And this is just on summon, by the way. So that's kind of something to know. We have one copy of Shadol Zefra Core, two copies of Zefraxion, one copy of Andy's Ruler, triple copies of Zefrath, triple copies of the Zefrano, triple copies of Zefraxi with one driver. And then we have triple copies of Oracle Zefra, triple copies of Pot of Desires, one copy of Rhoda, one copy of Terraforming, triple copies of Zephyr Providence, with one copy of Nine Pillars, one Divine Strike, and one copy of the Zephyr War here, wrapping up the main deck. Down in the extra deck, we have one copy of Lambda, one Gravity Controller, one Boral Sword, one Tornado Dragon, one Utopia of the Lightning, one Baguski, one copy Utopia, one Gaga Cowboy, one Abyss Dweller, one Yazi, one copy of the Senshin, one copy of the Little Krokazor, one Zeta, one Omega, and one copy of the Chao Fang. Side deck here we have triple Phantasme, triple copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Dark Willow No More, one copy of Harpy's Feather Duster, one Zephyr Path, triple copies of Evenly Matched, and one copy of Red Reboot here. Wrapping up, yes, ladies and gentlemen, actually competent Zephyr deck. It's been a hot second since I've seen anything really spicy come out of Zefra, so this is actually very exciting to me. And the last list I have for you guys here is actually Rock 715's third place list for Earthbox. This time we're playing EMR here, Tributed Machine Monster, and then target one card on the field for every 1,000 original attack of the Tributed Monster and destroy those cards. Ooh, So 3 pops on this is pretty cool. So we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 2 copies of Effect Failure, 1 copy of the Super Express Bullet Train, 2 copies of the Heavy Freight Derrick Crane. You have triple copies of Metal Cruncher, 1 copy of the Machina Fortress, 1 copy of Citadel, triple copies of Harvester, 2 copies of Anchor Drill, 1 copy of Tunneler. Then we have 2 copies of Trencher, triple copies of the Brutal Dozer, with 1 Ancient Gearbox, triple copies of Heavy Forward, triple copies of Machina Redeployment, 1 Instant Fusion, triple copies of Ready Fusion, triple copies of EMR, 1 copy of Imperial Order, and then we have triple copies of Infinite Permanence, and triple copies of Machina Overdrive. Wrapping up the main deck here. Down in the extra deck, we have triple copies of Goliath, 1 copy of the Anger Knuckler, 1 Ballista, 1 X-Blower, 1 copy of Jaguba 1 copy of the Hope Harbinger, 1 number 100. Then we have the Storm, the Earth, and then 1 Gigant, 1 Zeus, 1 Dingrisu, and 1 copy of Cybersource. And then we have 1 Artifact Scythe, triple copies of Phantasme, 2 copies of A Pointer of the Red Lotus, triple copies of Sanctum. Then we have 2 Dynamiscus, 2 Torrential Tribute, and 2 copies of Trap Trick here. Wrapping up this chunk of deck profiles for you guys. Like I said, I love the pure amount of Rogue that is wandering around in the Modern format, and I think going forward here, maybe the format will be very nice to some of these decks, but I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is rounding out to be a pretty good game here. So guys, what do you think? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. Smash that little crib, subscribe, and so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on the day with some more cool awesome content. Peace out, guys. Have a good one. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out Vanquill40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by Vanquill40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mquillgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.